I know what you're thinking. It's 2025. I know absolutely everything about GTA 5 and GTA Online. Wrong. Here's another 11 minutes of things you mostly did not know and may possibly forget as soon as this video is over. Various NPCs, like the group sex guards, some LSPD officers, and even some Merryweather NPCs, can actually be seen with differently modeled pistols in their holsters. It's kind of hard to see, but if you zoom in on this guard's holster here, this is what looks to be some sort of Glock pistol. In fact, it kind of looks like a Glock 23, but as you probably know, this gun isn't in the game. And when you see these NPCs around the map shooting at you, they're not using a Glock. So who knows, maybe Rockstar was planning to introduce the Glock at some point, or they just liked how it looked in the holster. There's a mural on the side of the Paleto Bay Sheriff Office that uses an unused 6-pointed star badge. Now this badge is actually close to the badge that LASD deputies use in real life, but you'll never find it in-game anywhere else. But what's even more strange about this mural here is what looks like the beta outfit of an LCPD officer, which doesn't make any sense to be here considering the game's on the West Coast in Los Santos and not in Liberty City, and the fact that the outfit is, like I said, a beta outfit. It wasn't even in the final game. In the bottom dollar bounties update in 2024, Rockstar added a park ranger spawn outside the Raton Canyon Ranger office, which is where you need to go in order to start up the daily photography challenge. You could never get the park ranger in free mode before, so kinda cool that Rockstar just lets people have it for free if they want now. I apologize for this one. I might be about to ruin Franklin's house for a lot of people. I thought this was one of the coolest houses on the map, but today I learned that the back of Franklin's house is actually duplicated in another spot on the map. The house 1024 Richmond Drive has the exact same backyard, infinity pool, balcony, everything. The front is different, but the back is just a reused asset. Interesting. It's not really that uncommon though, because this happens a lot in real life anyway, but still kind of strange to find out that Franklin's house isn't the only one that looks like this on the map. Something you may not have noticed is the Rhino Tank actually has a machine gun on the top of it. In fact, this gun is based on the Browning M2HB machine gun, but you can't use it at all. It's kind of just there for cosmetics. But what's even more strange about this is the fact that this exact model of gun was introduced later in the Heist update in 2015 as a fully functional turret gun for the Insurgent pickup. But still, Rockstar never lets us use it on the Rhino Tank. This is kind of sad because only one person can really use the Rhino Tank. If someone could hop in the top machine gun, I guess that'd make it a bit more fun and a bit more useful, but Rockstar never got around to doing it. If you're a GTA 5 veteran, you probably know by now that Rockstar reuses a lot of sound effects, especially for things like guns. And because they reuse so many sound effects, it's actually kind of implied that weapons are firing a lot faster than they actually are, because the sound effect often doesn't actually line up with the weapon's rate of fire. Look man, try not to focus on it too hard, just keep shooting the enemies and ignore the sound. Over the years, the game files of GTA 5 have been slowly leaked, and data miners found another alternative rock radio station called Pre-Millennium Radio. It's unclear if this was meant to be a completely separate radio station, because a lot of people have speculated that this station was just replaced by Vinewood Boulevard Radio. But there is a chance that this was an extra radio station that got completely cut, which would be kinda sad. In the Halloween surprise update in 2015, Rockstar introduced two new Halloween-themed vehicles. These were the Albany Lurcher and the Frankenstein. Now these have come to the game several times over the years again, but what you might not know about it, and is kinda sad, is that both of these vehicles are based on real custom cars designed by a man named George Barris, who actually ended up dying shortly after the update was released. I'll never look at the opening cutscene of GTA Online the same again after this. This race that we see in the opening cutscene isn't actually possible, and I don't know why I never thought about this until now, but now it's throwing me off. Because this race is actually a mixed class race. There's a supercar with the Cheetah and the Entity XF, a sports car with the Felsa, and a sports classic car with the Monroe. And realistically, these cars aren't even the same speed. They shouldn't be able to keep up with each other like this. So even if this wasn't a real race and these were just friends driving around, the speeds don't match. How are they actually racing each other and being competitive? Again, I'm gonna try and not think about this too hard. My OCD is taken over. Here's a completely useless fact that I actually don't remember. Prior to update 1.28 in GTA Online, Players couldn't create races inside both Fort Zancudo and LSIA, which is kind of throwing me off because a lot of the iconic races in GTA Online take place in both of these locations. But prior to 2015, we could never create custom races there. This is both one of the coolest and saddest facts on this entire list. This image here shows a bunch of unused minimap icons in GTA 5 and GTA Online. A lot of these are things like foot races, which we never ended up getting, and off-road races. But man, a lot of these are really cool, and I wish they ended up making it into the game. Things like gyms, Cluckenbell, Burger Shot, basketball. I'll leave this up on the screen for a second, because I want you to have a look at these. These are really cool. And this kind of supports a theory that I've had for years now, that GTA 5 was actually kind of rushed, and that they didn't get to implement everything they wanted. I've made several videos over the years on the amount of cut content in GTA 5, and the community keeps finding more. And seeing all of these things that were seemingly cut from GTA 5 kind of just makes me sad. The different gangs in GTA 5 actually have favorite radio stations, because every time you go to that gang's location on the map, they'll be playing one of these radio stations. So the Ballers' favorite radio stations are Radio Los Santos, The Lab, West Coast Classics, and West Coast Talk Radio. The families, on the other hand, they'll always be listening to Radio Los Santos as well, West Coast Classics, Space 103.2, and The Lowdown 91.1. I'm amazed that I haven't noticed this until now, but some of the sandcastles on the beach are actually shaped like a dick. That's just classic Rockstar humor right there. And speaking of dicks, I mean, we may as well keep going. The iFruit logo in-game is actually meant to be a parody of just, well, a dick. Yeah. In fact, there's so many different logos and companies that I didn't actually understand the meaning of until I grew up. So let's go through a few of the favorites. Kids, look away. The Declass logo in-game is actually a parody of a dick as well. Very clever, Rockstar. The Shih Tzu logo is actually a parody of a pile of poop, which makes sense considering the name. Very clever. The Wenger Institute, well, yeah, the logo of this one speaks for itself. That's, yeah, interesting. It's kind of on the nose, actually. The Bean Machine Coffee logo, if you have a look at that for, long enough, yeah, I could see the pun that they're going for there. I'm not going to say that one out loud, but two of the liquor stores around the map, Rockstar actually made a pretty good pun here. Liquor Ace. If you say that slowly in a particular way, you can kind of understand what Rockstar's going for there. Liquor Ace. Yeah. If you didn't understand that one, you should understand this one. Liquor Hole. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Very, very good, Rockstar. Nice. Anorex is actually a clothing brand in GTA 5, meant to poke fun at anorexic models. Alpha Male is a courier company in GTA 5. Get it? Alpha Male. That's a good one. Beat Off. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory as well. Beat Off. But, when I was little, I didn't understand that. So, And then just an absolute classic. The Stock Exchange in GTA 5. The Borsack. Say that slowly. Sound it out. You'll understand it. Borsack. For the new smoke on the water business that was added in 2025, there's actually kind of a cheese way to reduce your heat. When you start up one of the heat reduction missions, you don't actually need to complete all 5 weed deliveries. You actually only need to complete 1, and then once you've completed that one, you can just blow up the van and it'll complete the mission for you and completely reduce your heat. In 2021, a modder found a fix to GTA Online's massive loading time. And after the news sort of started going viral, Rockstar actually paid the modder $10,000 and implemented the fix into GTA Online. GTA 5 had about 160,000 lines of dialogue throughout the entire campaign, side missions, and cutscenes. That seems like a lot until you compare it to Red Dead Redemption 2, which had about 500,000 lines. Absolutely insane, and it kind of makes it understandable why it takes Rockstar so long to release games nowadays. The GTA 5 map is still the biggest map Rockstar has ever created, with it only being just slightly bigger than Red Dead Redemption 2's map. But what you might not know is GTA 5's map is actually bigger than San Andreas' map, GTA 4's map, and Red Dead 1's map combined. GTA 5 broke 7 Guinness World Records, all of which will probably get broken by GTA 6. But anyway, those 7 world records are best-selling action-adventure game in 24 hours, best-selling video game in 24 hours, fastest entertainment property to gross $1 billion, Fastest video game to gross $1 billion. Highest grossing video game in 24 hours, which kind of sounds the same as the one before, but anyway. Highest revenue generated by an entertainment product in 24 hours. Does Guinness World Records just copy and paste these? I don't understand. And most viewed trailer for an action-adventure video game. So there you go, 7 world records, even though most of them are pretty much the exact same thing. Thanks, Guinness. Most people probably know this by now, but it's surprising how many people don't. The actor for Franklin, Sean Fontino, and the actor for CJ in San Andreas, Young Melee, are actually cousins in real life. Which kinda makes me sad that the two will never share a screen together, but still a very cool bit of info nonetheless. And there you have it, there's a bunch of completely useless GTA 5 information that you'll probably forget pretty soon. If you enjoy these videos, leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more stuff like this, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Boys?
I got my brothers and my fam standing next to me. I go to war for what I love and to the death of me. You quitting in the first is not a threat to me. Because what break me is what makes me, it's my destiny. I know we heard it all before, but let me give it to you straight. When you're back against the wall, you just step up to the plate.